your girl Ife Oyoyondoke and you're welcome back to my kitchen. So today, my daughter will be making delicious mouth-watering pumpkin pie. And she's going to start from the very scratch, making her doughs and then getting the pumpkin puree. So she's gonna walk us through all the steps. And where is my...
Hi!
So guys, let's watch, see how she does the magic. Thank you guys for watching our video, and if you haven't subscribed yet,
please subscribe
and give us some thumbs up and leave us some nice comments. Thank you guys. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
The ingredients we need for our pumpkin pie are, we need our main ingredient, pumpkins, and we'll need ice water, we'll need 1 stick of butter, ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground cloves, our measuring spoons, because we'll be measuring a lot, condensed milk, salt, sugar, flour, 3 eggs, but 2 we'll use and 1 will take the yolk. So stay tuned. We're going to make our pumpkin pie dough, and to do that, we need to put our 2½ cups of flour into the food processor like we did here. We're going to take just 1/4 cup of sugar, just 1/4 of it, not too much, and put that in. Then you'll need to take 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You just want to take half, so it's like not too salty and then it's not too sweet, you know? In you go. Then you're gonna give it a whiz it up a bit. Let's lock this down. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, then you're going to take your cubed butter. This is cold cubed butter from our 1 cup of cubed butter. Throw it in there. There you go, all of it. Then we're going to close it up. Lock it down. Give it a whirl. Processor, we have flour, sugar, and salt with our cubed butter, and now you're going to take some ice water and drizzle it in while you pulse, so that when you stop drizzling, you'll see that the flour is hydrated, and you'll see lentil-sized pieces, not pea-sized, just lentil-sized pieces of butter chunks in there. So that's what you want to see. Go ahead and drizzle that in while you're processing. So now that our dough is out of the food processor, as you can see, what we're going to need to do is bring it together. Just take your hand and like push on it from different angles so that all that piece of butter, the pieces of butter that might not have gotten processed in the food processor, can come together with your dough and make it like a butter dough. So after you finish doing that, I have some flour here. I'm gonna just take a little. And I have my rolling pin, put some flour on it. It's okay if it gets on your table because you're going to need it lightly floured anyway. And you want to put some flour on your rolling pin, then put your dough on the floured place that is floured the most, and then you want to roll it out. If it sticks to your rolling pin, it means you don't have enough flour. So I'm going to put some more and roll. You want to make sure it's like a bit even, so it's even, and if there's cracks, just go ahead and pinch it together, but mine doesn't seem to have any cracks here, so I don't need to do that pinching part. It's looking good. So guys, we rolled out our dough and you can see how it turned out, nice and flat. So we're going to take our pan, place it in the middle of your dough, just check. Make sure it has enough to cover your whole pan. Set that aside. Then you're going to take your rolling pin, kind of pick up your dough a little so that it can fold onto your rolling pin like this, a little. There you go. Now you're going to roll it loosely, not too tight. And guys, you can see how I rolled our dough loosely onto our rolling pin. Now you're gonna pick it up. So we put our dough onto our pie pan. You can see it's not looking so good right now. But what you're going to do is when you put your dough in your pan, you don't want to start stretching it out. You want to push it in so that when you bake it, it doesn't slide down and become short. And you can see it now. It's looking nice, but not too good. We're going to trim off the excess and then do our design. So you can see our pie dough is resting nicely on our pan. So what we're going to do is make our design. What you do, you take 2 fingers, put it inside your dough, and then pinch back to make a rustic looking design for pie, for pumpkin pie or any type of other pie you're doing. But if you're going to do an apple pie or something, you're going to make a lattice top instead. So guys, I've done my design. I just hope it turns out nice. Now we're going to take our parchment paper. This is going to protect the bottom of your pie because right now we're not going to want to bake the bottom. We want to bake pie shell. So you go ahead and place it in. Doesn't have to look perfect. Then you're going to take aluminum foil, place that in so it looks like this, and it supports your pie dough so that when it's baking, it doesn't slump down. Then you're going to use something to weigh it down. I have rice here, but you can use beans or ceramic pie weights, but you can use anything you want. So I'm going to use rice and pour it in, spread it out, and then ta-da! So guys, our pie shell has been designed and it's been protected by the parchment paper and foil. So now we're going to put this in the fridge and freeze it for 30 minutes and then bake. Then we're going to start making our pumpkin filling. So guys, we're going to cut our pumpkin, but I can't do that. I'm not old enough. So I'm gonna need my mom's assistant. Let me call her in. Mom!
All right, I'm here.
Can you please cut the pumpkins? I can't do it.
Okay, so guys, what we're gonna do is to make sure we'll take the step. Wow, this is really very strong, guys. Okay.
Can you do it?
Of course. What can't Mama do?
That's what you say every time.
I know. Mama can do everything. Guys, this is not fun.
Yay!
All right, so once you cut it this way, you're gonna make sure you cut it into 2. That's another hard part.
Should you flip it over maybe? Yes! There we go.
The next thing we are going to do, we're gonna repeat the same on this one, and then we'll scoop the inside and get it ready for Yo-Yo Junior to continue her stuff.
So now that our pumpkins are cut and we've taken out the seeds, we're going to lightly oil them all as best as you can and then bake. So now that we've oiled our pumpkins, we're going to flip them over and then bake for 40 minutes. So guys, our pie dough is out from the freezer. It's been chilling for 30 minutes, guys. Now we're gonna put it in the oven and bake it for 15 minutes. Stay tuned. Our pie has finished baking for 15 minutes, guys. You can see how it looks. And now we're going to remove the pie weights and bake it for another 10 minutes. But because the pie is very hot, I can't do that without an adult's help. So I'm gonna get my mom over here so she can take it out.
All right, so guys, I'm going to gently
Careful
take out the pie weight.
with the tin foil and the parchment paper. Take them both out.
All right. Wow,
Look
it
at the
looks
pie
amazing, guys. You can see it did not break through, and the base is very, very nice. So it's going to be tossed back into the oven to bake for another 10 minutes. All right, guys.
In it goes. There we go. Guys, our pumpkin has been baking for 40 minutes and is now out of the oven. I would peel off the skin, but nah, I'll just have my mom do that. Here she comes. So we're going to peel off the pumpkin skin.
All right.
To peel it off, it has to be very, very, very soft.
Whoa, this is super hot, guys. You can see it's really smoking hot. And I'm gonna get all the puree out. So what I'm going to do is to get off the skin, okay? So I'm gonna flip it back and take off the skin and then get all the puree.
So guys, my mom is peeling off the pumpkin right now, and you can see how she's doing it is she's taking off the skin because you don't want that in your pumpkin pie, right, Mom?
Yeah, thank you, guys. So guys, we're going to continue and get all the pumpkin skin out.
So guys, you can see the pumpkin is now in our food processor. So what we're going to do is give it a whiz. Guys, we've connected this to our food processor, so let's give it a whiz. So guys, our pumpkin has been blending for a while now, and it's now pumpkin puree. So we're going to sieve it, and to sieve it, we're going to be using cheesecloth lining to sieve it. So stay tuned. Guys, after our pie has baked for the second time, now you can see it's a little bit puffy in just one corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a fork and dock it so that the steam will release and your pie doesn't get all bumpy. Like this, you just want to dock it and dock it. So guys, look at our puree. Check it out, guys. So cool. So the reason we use cheesecloth lining is because if we just put it in a regular old sieve, then we would lose a lot of pumpkin puree and you wouldn't want that. So if you can see, that's why we have it in this sack, and it's still dripping a bit, guys. But don't worry, if you didn't do this, then your pumpkin puree would be really, really watery. Guys, we've transferred our pumpkin puree to a bowl, and now we are going to start mixing in the spices. So what we're going to need to do is take 1 1/4 of condensed milk and pour it in. You want to get all of that condensed milk in there. Let me just, there we go. All better. Okay, now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. Add that in. We're going to add 2 whole eggs and 1 yolk. We're going to mix everything together. Give it a good mix. As you can see, our pumpkin filling is looking really good. You want to keep mixing until it's nice and smooth, because that's when you can pour it into your pie pan and being confident that it's gonna look good. So you can see ours is looking really nice. So we're going to pour this in and show you guys the result. So guys, our pie shell over here has been resting for quite a while now. You can keep it overnight if you want, but we're not gonna do that because we just can't wait to eat it. So let's go ahead and pour in our custard filling. In it goes. So guys, our pumpkin pie is looking so good and it hasn't even been baked yet. So guys, our pumpkin pie is looking so good and it hasn't even been baked yet. So guys, before we put it into the oven, what we're going to do is tap it lightly on the table so any air bubbles will just go away. And you want, if there's any that rise to the surface, just pop it with a knife and then place it in your oven. If your oven is heated to 325, you're going to bake that for 1 hour and 10 minutes. But if it's just 350, then you're just going to bake it for 1 hour. Thank you guys for watching Oyo and Ducky Kitchen and Lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Give us a thumbs up and leave us some nice comments. Thank you guys. So guys, you can see, if you've noticed, I've tinted my pumpkin pie. And you might be wondering why. Well, I'll tell you. Because we've already baked our pie shell and we don't want it to be burnt while baking the filling. So we're just gonna tint it and then bake it and it'll be done. So thank you guys for watching. Bye guys. This is our pumpkin pie from out of the oven. OMG, it looks so nice. Tell us what you think in the comment section, guys. Look at how pretty this is. See how the pumpkin filling is baked down, even though there was a lot in there. So guys, try this recipe at home. I'm telling you, you'll love it, guys. And at the last few minutes of the bake, if you want to golden your crust a little bit more, you can take off the tinting and bake it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. So thank you guys for watching Oyo and Ducky Kitchen and Lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.